Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on how to empower future engineers with AI and simulation-driven engineering. First of all, thank you for joining our webinar today. Before I hand over to our technical speaker, I would like to give a brief introduction about our company, EDS Technologies. So we are one of the largest technology solutions providers in India with more than 30 years of business transformation experience. We help transform businesses by enabling adoption of virtual twin, geospatial analytics, and 3D printing technologies. We have also introduced many technologies like 3D printing, VR, digital manufacturing, etc., for the first time to Indian customers. We have established ourselves as a trusted partner for more than 2,000 organizations across various industries verticals like automotive, aerospace, academics, industrial equipment, defense, etc. We have dedicated regional teams who are reinforced by our domain and functional consultants. We are backed by strategic alliances with global leaders who are pioneers in their respective technology areas. We have a widespread presence with 11 offices across India, and we are an end-to-end technology solutions provider to our customers. So our speaker for the day is Mr. Karthik Gopal. Karthik has more than 9 years of experience in multiple domains such as product development, technical support, functional consulting, solution consultant, and technical documentation. He specializes in multicad and product lifecycle management solutions. He has various global certifications from Dassault Systems. He graduated in mechanical engineering from VTU in the year 2015. Currently, he is working as senior solution consultant at EDS Technologies. Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, Abhay. Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'd like to welcome each and everyone present in this particular session on empowering future engineers with artificial intelligence and simulation-driven engineering. So, before getting into detail, in today's particular webinar, we are looking onto artificial intelligence because the world nowadays is getting ruled by artificial intelligence, and again, how we can simplify our tasks so that with the integration of artificial intelligence, and again we are see what are the types of artificial intelligence, and again how industrial AI is predominantly different from the usual AI which are available in this today's market. And again we also look into like how artificial intelligence is helping us easing our day-to-day activities, and again how we are putting a product into market at a very faster rate. Not only this, onto the academic segment, how this artificial intelligence is playing a predominant role, and again what are the roles where artificial intelligence has been integrated into the 3D experience platform, and again how it is simplifying the existing and optimizing the process as well. So if you look here carefully, so the artificial intelligence, and again you might be aware of many chatbots nowadays. Whether you take ChatGPT or you can even look into this Copilot and so on. So these are all the helpful chatbots which predominantly give the probable answers. But the industrial AI which we are predominantly talking of is completely different because see, the AI for industry, this operates in a real distant and focused on tangible impact because we are dealing with complex solutions, complex engineering solutions across the complete ecosystem of engineering. And again, with the predictable answers, we cannot predominantly judge the possible solutions and again come up with the ultimate answer because the assemblies, the products which we are working on is so complex, and again it is life focused. So how this industrial AI has been integrated into the 3D experience platform, and again how it is predominantly reducing the amount of time spent on manually and tiresome process is what we are looking at. So this will be our agenda for the next 45 to 60 minutes. And again, so if you look here carefully, so first and foremost is we'll be decoding what is AI for the industry, and again what is the AI which is usually available in the present market scenario. That is what beyond hype to the real world impact. And again, we are introducing 3D universe, and again how the AI is integrated with 3D experience platform. So we are focusing on 3D universe in the present scenario, and again, what are the capabilities we have in terms of 3D universe, And again, when you talk about the 3D inverse, what are the industry specialized artificial intelligence capabilities we have in this predominant 3D experience platform? And again, we are seeing some AI driven roles on 3D experience. What are the specialized roles we have in the 3D experience? And again, how we are optimizing the entire process here. And again, when you look onto the curriculum, how we are transforming our education with the help of AI, that to industrial AI. Finally, we'll be closing up the session with the key takeaways and question and answers if any. So first and foremost is we'll be speaking on decoding AI for industry. That is what I said in the before. So we are seeing like what is the hype that is being given for AI, and again what is the real world impact that we call it as leveraging this AI. So I'll be taking you onto the small video which showcases an overview of AI in detail. Okay. Before that, let me look into the challenges into the day-to-day life. See, we'll be put up into a lot of manual design and documentation tasks that too repetitive. So how we can simplify the task, and again how we can streamline the existing process. Next is the knowledge, because every department will be specialized in particular domains, and again, some knowledge will be logged in individuals. And again, there will be a pressure to deliver faster without losing quality. So there will be a pressure from the senior end to deliver faster without losing quality. And again, we have the concerns about data security when we look into AI onto a broader perspective. So when you look onto the top large language models, so if you can see over here, these are the LLM which are built on the advanced AI to solve complex problems. So when you look onto this top large language models that is available from 2020 in 2025 in detail. So and again we have ChatGPT from OpenAI that usually speaks on agentic reasoning. Agentic reasoning is it uh, agentic reasoning is nothing but it gives the probable answers based on the text, images, audios from the end. Not only this, we have the massive content window, context window. Massive context window is nothing but you'll be having a n number of solutions within a single chat. Okay. Then is we have Llama. This Llama is also predominantly focusing on the ChatGPT solutions, and again Gemini and Claude and DeepSeek from Yan. So these are all under the probable AI, which gives the probable answers, and the agentic capabilities are embedded in it. So not only this, we can see here the scientific problem solving from the engineering end. It gives the probable answers, where this probable answers cannot be blindly taken into consideration in terms of industrial AI as well. So, what engineering usually matters and why guessing is not enough. So, when you are designing a jet engine, for take for example, if I designing a parts for a jet engine, a car, or a medical device, so do I rely on the solutions that give the probable answers, or do I deep down into AI grounded, which believes on the scientific and scientific physics and scientific laws, so that it gives the reliable answers as well. So this is what the questions we have when we speak about AI. So do I rely on AI that predicts the language patterns based on the large language models, or do I rely on AI grounded in physics and scientific laws? Because the probable answers cannot be taken into consideration when are when you are speaking about the industrial AI in particular. Okay. So here we are focusing on what AI for industry, and again what the available AI for industry is not. See, AI is not just for AI because it should deep dive in solving concrete problems, optimizing our existing process, and again ultimately creating better products and operations. Then it should not be a standalone application. It should be integrated because it will be revealing its unique value within industrial platforms and applications. And again, thanks to the Mistral AI we have, which is tightly integrated into the 3D experience platform. And again, it should not be focusing only on content creation because it should embed the industrial AI phenomenon to solve the complex real world problems based on the data. So, what actually AI is with 3D experience? Yes, whenever we speak about the artificial intelligence capabilities embedded into the 3D experience platform, we'll be speaking on the purposeful AI, because when we speak about the purposeful AI, we see that it should imagine, create, produce and operate better products and services, and again it should come up with an ideas based on the legacy data, and again come up with the reliable ideas and concepts with predictable accuracy. And again, the benefit of AI embedded should be less, or the benefit of AI should be more than the cost. Okay, because the benefits whatever we are getting from the AI should be more when we compare onto the cost of AI. Not only this, it should focus on the sustainable. It should take into considerations the sustainable factors into consideration when you speak, when you optimizing your materials, when you're optimizing your designs. So all this, the carbon footprints that is going to uh, set into this present environmental conditions, it also taken into consideration. Not only this, it should be compliant with quadrates to prevent bias. Next is it should be relevant for industry. Yes, it should leverage the industrial knowledge and know-how. Industrial knowledge, that is the theoretical knowledge put into practical considerations. Not only this, it acts as an hybrid phenomenon where it should be combining both generative AI and scientific based AI into consideration and come up with the relevant solutions as well. Not only this, it should also take into considerations the regulatory requirements and certifications criteria, which focuses on quality, data, governance, auditability, and traceability. That matters a lot. Next is we are speaking about the virtual twins. Yes, virtual twin is nothing but the real world scenario where we are virtually putting all the factors into consideration before getting the real product into real world conditions. Yes, we are analyzing the entire product digitally. Okay, and again we are always putting the context, and again we have the models and ontologies embedded into the 3D Experience platform, which predicts the accuracy to an extent. Yes, then we are revealing the insights because we are leveraging all links between the virtual and the real world data. So, in short, when we speak about AI for the industry in 3D experience, it is all about creating a powerful partnership between human ingenuity, data, and artificial intelligence. And again, it's all about using smart data analysis to solve complex challenges, because the industrial AI is not specific only to is not common to all the industry verticals, because industry AI deep dives into each and every industry vertical in detail. So that is what we have taken into considerations. It uses smart data analysis to solve complex challenges, and again it drives the real innovation, and again pertains to the specific industry verticals as well. So when you look here in detail, so what the general AI which we have, which we call it as an agentic AI, which we have, and again what is the industrial AI, what we have in terms of 3D experience platform. See, if we can look over in detail onto the left hand side, you can see we have an image, and again the generative of texture 3D mesh from the picture, and again what is the real AI that is happening, the industrial AI happening in the 3D experience platform. It takes all the factors into consideration, and again it leverages the knowledge of theoretical and puts everything into practical. So that is what we call it as generativity of full design knowledge and know-how. Okay, so now we are looking onto the 3D universe and AI integration with 3D experience platform. So we'll look what do you mean by the 3D universe, and again how the AI is integrated with 3D experience platform, and again what are the capabilities of artificial intelligence embedded in the platform as well. So when you look onto the sequence of developments happening in the predominant generations, no. So when you look onto the first generation, no, so there were the 3D modeling phenomena where we were focusing on the surface level of things, and again the second generation was focusing on embedding your different departments into consideration. See, for example, there was an integration of software, electrical, and mechanical that was taken into considerations. Then the managing your projects was predominantly tiresome and cumbersome process. Then the third generation was predominantly focusing on data management, program and project management in detail. Then we want to analyze the entire life cycle.
Imagine 20.
Then we want to analyze the entire life cycle of product. Then the product life cycle management came into picture. Then we have this virtual twin. So this virtual twin focuses the real world conditions digitally and come up with the relevant solutions. Not only this, we have the virtual twin of human, where nowadays the human models are predominantly modeled, and again we are analyzing the predictable results rather than doing it practically uh, with the help of this virtual twin of humans. Then we have the 3D universes where there is a combination of artificial intelligence and machine learning directly embedded into this platform and coming up with the relevant answers as well. So we will look into a short video where we are deeply considering this 3D universes at an extent, so that we can see like what is 3D universe and like how it is being beneficial in the 3D experience platform.
Imagine 2040, a future where the experience economy and the circular economy have converged towards a generative economy inspired by nature and life. A future where universes interact harmoniously, where each element is paired with a virtual twin, enabling continuous dialogue. A future where infinite loops seamlessly connect the virtual and the real, nourished by real-world data.
Since our founding in 1981, we've used our science-driven imagination to advance industry and humanity. As pioneers in virtualization, 3D product lifecycle management, and virtual twin experiences for products, living beings, and organizations, we are consistently at the forefront of innovation. To enable products, living systems, and nature to interact, we create universes that unite virtual twins with objects and users in their contexts.
In medicine, these universes will allow us to better understand the biological processes at the cellular level, to test, personalize, and optimize treatments for more preventive healthcare. These universes will empower industry to leverage human potential in new ways, including inventing resource-efficient products that have the capacity to transform into something new. These universes will enable new infrastructures to meet user needs, while also considering impacts on cities, air quality, natural resources, and energy performance.
In this promising near future, Dassault Systems does more than imagine have changed the game. We're providing virtual twin experiences to key actors who possess the imagination and drive to sustainably transform industry, healthcare, and the world all around us.
So now we are speaking onto the three dimensions of AI. So when you talk AI onto a broader perspective, we have assistive AI. So this assistive AI predominantly assists you in completing your task. See, for example, the voice assistant which you predominantly have, and again this takes up the inputs of your voice, and again it comes up with the predictable answers. So if you can see on the right hand side, so we have the Aura that is tightly integrated into 3D Experience platform. This works on the chatbot, and again we have the relevant answers come up at your end. And again we have the predictive AI. So we have the predictive AI. This predictive AI takes into considerations the surrounding environment. See, for example, when you have a model and again you want to validate your model, that is, your model is taken into design validation, it usually takes into considerations the respective boundary conditions and the predictive scenarios. See, for example, the meshing sizes. These predictive scenarios will be automatically taken into considerations based on the predictive AI, and we are into focusing on generative AI. So if you look into this generative AI, no, so it usually combines the knowledge of legacy data, the knowledge of artificial intelligence with the legacy data, and again the knowledge of the experts. So it usually combines the knowledge of legacy data and experts knowledge is taken into considerations, and again it comes up with a predictable concept. So if you can look on the right hand side, no, so we are deep diving into large number of datas, legacy datas, and again because organization will be coming up with large enormous number of legacy datas into their organization, and again we are deep diving into each and everything and coming up with the relevant concepts or ideas as well. So this is what the three dimensions of AI, which is tightly integrated into 3D Experience platform. One is the assistive AI, which assists you and guides you in completing your tasks and come up with the answers, predictable answers. And again, we have the predictive AI, which focuses on focuses which focuses on uh, the boundary conditions and the surrounding constraints, and it usually predicts the conditions which are not set when you're working on some ontologies. And again, we have the generative AI, which combines the legacy data, knowledge of legacy data, and again the experts knowledge with the help of artificial intelligence, and come up with a predictable concepts as well. So if you can see over here, we have designed a car with the input of legacy data, and again come up with a solution. Okay, so now we are focusing on the 3D universes. So as I mentioned before, this 3D universes speaks onto this 7 languages. See, if you look into in a broader perspective, we have the virtual twin. Virtual twin is nothing but uh, analyzing your product into the real world conditions before getting into the actual real world environment. See, for example, so you have a car, you have a jet engine, and again you'll be analyzing the test case scenarios virtually before getting your product into the real world market. And again, the experience which you are experiencing in the real world scenario uh, can be felt in this virtual environment. So that is with the help of this AR and VR capabilities, we can predominantly experience it in the virtual environment. And again, we are speaking onto the generative experience, where we are combining the knowledge of artificial intelligence with the legacy data and the experts informations. So we are coming up with the concepts as well. Next is virtual companion. Virtual companion is nothing but your virtual assistant, which helps and guides you in your design stage, or in you completing your day-to-day design activities. And again, we have a cycle of life. Yes, this cycle of life uh, usually engages right from requirements to product disposal. And again, it also take into consideration all the relevant parameters, whether it might be your process optimization, whether it may be your material considerations. Okay, so all these parameters will be taken into consideration, and again, it usually stores up the forecasting informations that will be pretty much helpful for your design and development. Then is sense computing. It usually analyzes the data and come up with the answers. See, for example, the sensors integrated with your machines, so that it usually analyzes the data, and again it predicts, and again the possibilities are usually avoided with the help of the sense computing. And again, knowledge and know-how platform. So it usually combines the knowledge of theoretical and come up with a practical scenario as well. So this is what the 7 scenarios, the 7 stages of 3D and universes which we have, and again embedded into the 3D experience platform when we speak about the artificial intelligence in detail. So you can look here. So the 7 stages of 3D universes. First and foremost is the virtual twin. So that is synchronization of virtual and real world environment. So from concept to final product and the entire engineering ecosystem. Next onto the experience. So that is what the experience you feel when you are when there is an integration of your predominant systems and subsystems. So that you can see here with with artificial intelligence and data, fast validation, and again without your physical product. Next is generative engineering. This is nothing but an AI powered engineering and intelligent design innovation. Next, the virtual assistants, which we call it as an AI assistant, so which assist you in providing
Sure.
a relevant decision making solution. So we are speaking onto the 7 stages of 3D universes.
Show me.
Okay. So next, we'll see like how this. We'll take an example of virtual twin. Okay. So we'll see like how this virtual twin is enabling and again solving the real world scenario virtually. And again, you can see like we are providing the commands, and again with the help of the command, how it is coming up with the concept as well.
Show me 40 to 44 centimeter bike handlebar models made from natural or recycled materials.
Here are 3D models in your patrimony according to your description. In fact, bamboo, cork, and wood are the natural materials usually used for handlebars. However, the most common recycled materials used are recycled aluminum, plastic composites, and steel.
Let's go with this one. Now show me 13 to 16 centimeter saddle models made from natural materials.
Leather, cork, organic cotton, and hemp materials are usually used for saddle. You will find here saddle 3D models in your patrimony according to your description.
Keep this one. Show me lithium bike batteries with 400 to 600 watt-hour capacity.
Here they are.
Thanks, I keep this model. Generate me electric bike assemblies including the selected 3D models.
Yes, let's launch the CAD assembly generation.
Good. Keep only the electric bikes with a maximum weight of 15 kilograms.
Here they are.
The first one looks good. Expand it.
Yes, of course.
Picasso's artwork on the bull's head inspires me a lot. I would love to use it to create my own handlebar.
Do you have this artwork in mind?
Yes.
Here is what it would be like in a handlebar.
Not exactly what I have in mind. Let me sketch it.
Here is the natural sketch application. Could you make a 2D sketch?
Here is my sketch. Generate handlebar 3D models while considering previous requirements.
Let's launch the automated CAD generation.
The first one looks good. Show me the whole bike assembly including such a model.
Here it is.
How heavy is the bike?
15 kilograms.
Let's go back to the handlebar. We need to reduce the weight of this model while keeping the same physical performance.
Let's launch the real-time structure regeneration.
Propose alternative regeneration which preserves the original shape.
The multi-scale structure regeneration is well suited for this kind of problem.
Show me the inside.
Here it is.
How much weight did we gain?
150 grams.
Nice. Let's see the whole bike assembly.
So this is how the virtual companion assists you in coming up with your right concepts. And again, now we can see like what is the AI which is integrated with the industry, and again what are the specialized AI features which we have in the 3D Express platform as well. Okay, so if you can see here on a broader perspective, when you look into the design and engineering, no, so you can see there are various AI capabilities embedded into the platform. You can even check for the generative constraints, generative assemblies, and again the performance driven generative design in terms of tolerance, and again the standardization of your parts, and again the part intelligence. So complete from concept to architecture in terms of design domain, we have the AI features integrated into the platform. When we speak about virtual manufacturing and industrialization, you can see here the factory flow simulations. You can even embed the AI features in the factory flow automation, and again the factory scan and robots identification, the production quality, and again regenerating on generating your robot programmings. Next is onto the enterprise and business optimization management layer. We have AI features embedded into project management, enterprise operations, and again we have Aura. We have seen this on the earlier slides. We have virtual companion Aura, and again we have this program and project intelligence embedded into this project management application. When you speak onto this operations and supply chain, and again we have pretty AI features embedded in terms of work instructions definition, quality execution intelligence, and so on. On to the sales and customer excellence, we can even use this because we have embedded AI features in configure price and quote, and again the commercial assets and product informations. So Next is we'll look onto this AI-driven roles on 3D experience. So you can see here we have Aura, Mary, and Leo. So this Aura is nothing but your virtual assistant, which we call it as a chatbot, which helps you in guiding and in providing the relevant solutions for the questions. And again, we have Leo. This Leo is tightly integrated into your modeling phenomena, whether you take Katia as a brand for modeling applications and again Similia for design validation. So this Leo is tightly embedded into Delmia, Katia, and Similia portfolio, whereas it come up with the industrial AI capabilities embedded into the particular roles as well. Then Mary, it is completely onto the BioVia roles where it is predominantly focusing on optimizing your molecular structures. It is completely onto drug discoveries, clinical trials, and so on. So these are nothing but the three AI features that is predominantly available on the 3D Experience platform with respect to respective brands. So when we speak about the Aura, no, you can see here we can utilize Aura as a knowledge assistant, and again Aura as a content creator. Like same as chatbot, you can come up with your relevant questions, and again it usually delivers the relevant answers as well. And again, you can even ask your questions. Okay, you can even ask your design doubts within the Aura assistant, and again it will come up with your relevant solutions. So we have the AI-driven roles. So we'll be looking onto the AI-driven roles on 3D experience. First and foremost is the mechanical interferences. You can even generate the mechanical interferences. You can see here onto the right-hand side. So we are using this mechanical interferences prediction command. Onto the right-hand side, you can see here we are selecting the bodies first, and again when we click on next, no, we have the predictive assistance. You can see here we have the prediction assistance. It usually predicts all the possible engineering connections. Okay, and again it comes up with the mechanical interfaces. So mechanical interfaces acting on two surfaces. So with the help of this interferences, you can transfer these interferences to your kinematic scenario and come up with your possible kinematics as well. So this is where this mechanical interferences simplification is tightly enhanced in this the predominant 3D experience. You can see here, you can even set this as a primary and secondary position, and again this relevant information can also be uh, transferred to your kinematics, and again you can even predict your assembly positions on a in a easier manner. Okay, next is we have this simplified images. You can generating model from the simplified images. On the right hand side, you can see here we have several simplified images, and again when we embed this, no, you can see we have the model tightly available in the platform. So this is how you can generate your mesh model from the simplified images within the platform. So you can see here we have this aircraft structure, and again you can generate the simplified mesh models accordingly. So next is we have the AI-based command intelligence to predict and adapt commands on the fly. See, whenever you select any surface, no, the possible scenarios of the features and functions that is predominantly available on the command on the fly. So whenever you select any surface, no, any surface, line, edges, vertices, or features, the predominant prominent features, the next set of design activities that you can carry out on that features will be available, and so that it optimizes and enhances your design efficiency as well. So next on the onto the see below, you can even see the command intelligence where it usually enhances your design efficiency, and again it come up with the predictable commands on the fly. You can see here once we select the relevant sketches, no, the possible features, so the commands that is usually available. So next is predicting your optimal set of constraints, because once we define your sketches, we have to define the constraints based on the available set of coordinates. But that is predominantly simplified using this set of constraints available within the 3D Experience platform. Once we select the reference, automatically you can see here you can generate the relevant set of constraints accordingly. The specifications or the dimensions will be predominantly available. So you can see the AI enhanced features available here, so that it will come up with the relevant constraints as well. So next is onto the image generation command. You can see here, you can generate images from the possible or available inputs from your end. So you can see here, you'll be giving the input based on the textual format, and again, you'll be generating images. You're simplifying your images and again coming with the right image at the very end. You can see here how you can optimize what is the need of your image so that you can generate your images based on the existing compositions. You can play around your compositions and generate different outputs of your images and come up with a final output as well. So if we can see here, we have been generating images, and again based on the textual informations, you can optimize your images and come up with the final content. Now you can see here we are changing details in the existing images. Okay, with the help of the inputs, now we are developing the final output of the images. So in this way, you can generate your highly realistic and detailed images using various generation modes and predefined image styles. Not only this, you can even use 3D model as an input and come up with an relevant images as well. You can see now we have defined the 3D model as an input, and again you can come up with your possible outputs of your images. So you can see here, you can even refine your outlines, and again what is the final output which you are expecting. So those available images can be predominantly generated. Next is, you can even predict your best profiles. You can optimize your defines and come up with your variants with the help of this trade-off studies. You can see now we are developing a new space. We want to replace this existing uh, foot handle, so that we'll be optimizing this design process. You can see here we are generating this design alternative, and again we are coming up with a suitable optimized designs. So you can see here we are coming up with the trade-off studies, and again we are generating this required outputs. Not only this, you can even modify your generated sketches and again finally come up with the relevant output. Finally, all the possible variations are happening within the environment, so that you can see here the ModSim approach, the trade-off studies, the optimization parameters are predominantly enhanced, and again you can even check for the environmental impact of your previous and new designs within the available environment. So not only this, uh, speaking of the ModSim approach, whatever the parameters, the design parameters, there will be an associativity and synchronization between modeling and simulation phenomenon. And again, the frequent changes will be happening predominantly. You can see here, you can review and KPIs and capture your favorites design of interest within the available design alternatives. So you can generate your design alternatives at a single go, and again you can even modify the parameters accordingly and come up with a relevant output of your final validation. Okay. Next is uh, how about the programs and project management? How is AI tightly integrated into the projects? Because the project's execution is the project's executions and resource member allocation is a very hectic and cumbersome process. And again, we want to have a projects completed on a time. So that with the help of this AI tightly integrated into the 3D Experience platform, it usually drill downs and and come up with the possible predictable scenarios. Where is my project lagging, where is my user definition is predominant low, and again it come up with the possible solutions to optimize your project as well. So next on is this uh, enabling your factory layout automation. You can see here we have end defined robots according to the specified uh, realistic brands within available within the 3D experience robot library. So that this AI capabilities, it usually gathers the information of each and every robot and come up with the possible scenarios with the help of this 3D experience robot library available within the platform. So I can see here, this is one of the ambience generated environment within the 3D experience platform based on the available inputs with AI capabilities. So what is the challenge is, the challenge was the demands for new marketing content from marketing, and again we have to generate a newly realistic image and 360-degree animations, okay, based on the available required inputs. So that you can see here, we have generated an complete image and 360-degree environment from text to HDRI generation, text to 360-degree environment generation, and again text to USD generation as well. Okay, so now we'll be looking on to like how is the transformation of education and AI for industry. So how is AI is predominantly playing a major roles in terms of education, how we can adapt it, and again how we can enrich the future engineers with the right skills. Okay, so you can see here within the 3D experience platform, we have introduced a new role called teacher role, where you can manage your courses, classes, assignments, everything in a single platform. So that you can see here, we can define your classes based on the respective department sessions. So if you take an hierarchy here, you can see here, okay, we'll be taking an example for CAD fundamentals. We'll be defining the fundamentals and CAD one, so that all the assignments will be tracked. Okay, all the assignments, all the literature survey, everything will be tracked within the platform, so that we'll be having an easy transparency of the assignments, of the teaching sessions happening within the organization. You can see here we have the classes defined, fundamentals for group A, group B, and group C, and again we have this working methodology tightly integrated into the platform. And again you can see here the students will be given access to the readers. Okay, only they can preview the file, whereas the teachers will be given access to the leader and owner, where they can uh, correct the assignments, and again they can provide the relevant assignments to the respective students as well. Not only this, they can even conduct the assignments, and again they can even predominantly publish the results within the platform as well. Okay, so that
Have you
you can now we'll be seeing a short video and like how we can predominantly use 3D experience to enrich your teaching and working methodology within the platform.
have you ever noticed how fast the world changes? It's like you teach something one day and it's almost old news the next day. Today's world demands more sustainable, high-quality, innovative products that take less time to manufacture. That's so many new skills to teach. What if we told you we have a solution to assist you daily in an efficient and exciting way? You are not alone anymore. With our offers tailored for educators, we have your back. Your teaching methods will be supported by leading industry software solutions and customized learning resources for your students to work the extra mile when needed. Along with learning resources comes certifications and a community of peers dedicated to guide your students on the road to success and employability. Yeah, in a fast-changing world that requires engineers to wear many caps, it feels good to know you can rely on ready-to-use, end-to-end teaching scenarios to prepare your students for their future careers. Yes, careers. You may also have noticed that nowadays, no one works alone. Not your students, not the engineers, not even your student engineers. So, why should you? What are you waiting for? Get your hands on our education experiences, boost your students' employability, enhance their technological skills, and prepare the next generation.
So we are speaking onto the AI value for academics. So for educators, we are teaching smarter because we are integrating AI into project-based learning, and again for immersive hands-on teaching. And again, we have this assistive and predictive AI, which we have seen in the earlier slides, to simplify 3D experience adoption and focus on pedagogy. Because we are not speaking onto the tool complexity, we are focusing on pedagogy. And again, we are leveraging the shared virtual environments to connect theory with industrial practice. And again, for students, it is predominantly learning faster and smarter, because you'll be working in AI-enhanced 3D universes to experiment, simulate, and innovate collaboratively across your different projects. Okay, you'll be learning industry-ready skills on the same tools and AI workflows used by global companies. Okay, you'll be using the generative AI to unlock creativity. You can design, optimize, and iterate faster than ever. And for researchers who are innovating and diving deeper, so you can combine data science, simulation, and artificial intelligence to explore hypotheses faster and validate results virtually. So you can create digital twins of complex systems to predict performance and sustainability outcomes. Okay. So you can see here on an overview, how is the AI integrated into 3D experience, which we call it as an industrial AI, is helping students, teachers, and innovators. So first and foremost is the intelligent product design and engineering. So you can see here uh, we have the embedded solutions adapted into this product design and engineering, that is AI assisted tools, which helps in generative design optimization, automated geometric recommendations, design validation and prediction, and smart CAD modeling assistant. When we speak on simulation and virtual testing, so we can reduce the prototype and improve understanding of engineering physics and so on. Next is data science and analytics. We have embedded students gain exposure to AI algorithms, digital twin, industrial analytics, and so on. Next is digital twin and virtual twin experience, as we mentioned before. Okay, onto the educational impact, real-time simulation learning, system level engineering understanding, and again MBSC and digital continuity exposure, and so on. When we speak on collaborative innovation and project experience, we are focusing on data management, version control and traceability, and global teamwork. And again, it not only limits only to the academic. Yes, the AI applications are broadly diversified across entire engineering landscape, whether you take aerospace and defense, automotive, industrial equipment, civil infrastructure, as well as biomedical engineering. So what is the key benefits for educational institutions? The curriculum modernization, the student employability, the collaboration, innovation, and sustainability factors taken into consideration. What is the outcome for the students? Yes, AI-powered engineering workflows, industrial standard digital platforms, because you'll be working on real-world scenarios virtually. And again, there are simulation-driven design methodologies we can embed into in the platform. And again, the collaborative work environments where you can share your ideas, design thoughts, etc. And again, the smart manufacturing ecosystems where you'll be learning more deeply into the smart manufacturing process available into the present scenario. So uh, what is 3D experience? And again, what is how is the AI integrated? Because it empowers students, researchers, and institutions with AI simulation, data science, and collaboration intelligence for a smarter tomorrow.
Yeah, so I would like to thank the audience for uh, turning up to our webinar today. We hope this has been an insightful session to you. In case if you have any questions, particularly on this subject or any other questions related to Dassault Systems portfolio or 3D Experience platform, you can reach out to us anytime. You can mail us or call us at marketing@edstechnologies.com. We'll be happy to address your queries. I would like to thank once again Karthik for delivering a wonderful session. I am very sure that it was useful to our attendees as well. I would like to thank audience also for turning up to our webinar. So keep an eye out for our upcoming webinars and seminars. Tune into our social media for the same. Thank you once again.